right, folks, you're listening to KPFZ 88.1 FM. I'm Pop, and we have an interview underway. We're going to do it right now with Tina Lewis. Tina, are you there?
Hey there, everybody.
Yeah, we can hear you. The levels are good.
Yay.
Now, we're going to go ahead and we have Josiah on the phone. Can we hear you to see if we can hear you?
Yes, I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
All right, everything's working. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So, you guys are doing a concert up on Cobb at Jellystone in the not-too-distant future, like about a month away. Actually, it's June 13th, and it's going to be a quite a thing. It's a friends and family concert, it says, and you and Tina are putting this on, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what prompted you to throw down with these wonderful local artists and put this together? I think it has something to do with the Time Bank, doesn't it?
Yeah, okay, you want to talk about the Time Bank?
Anything you want to talk about as far as the concert?
Well, the concert, the whole concert thing was, to kind of give you a little story about myself.
Please do.
I just kind of moved up to Lake County about a year ago, and a little story I'll try not to go too far into. It was just the fact that I was here in the Bay Area, and I was at a point in my life I was really discouraged and getting really depressed. I've been robbed here several times, and it's like it was kind of getting really bad for me here. Something told me to get up one day and go take a hike. So I ended up finding Robert Lewis and Stevenson State Park, and I just ended up hiking up there. And I was up on the top of the hill, and I saw some shiny things, and I thought, there's maybe a little town down there. So I decided I wanted to go and check it out. And I started driving down, and it's just something about when you come into Lake County from 29, it's just like something grabbed me. And so when I went into Middletown, I just started walking around and said, man, just something here is just dragging me. I should be here, And like a couple of weeks later, I went to a underground party there, and I was talking to this lady, and I was telling her about my little venture here, and she said, well, you know what, you're welcome home. And I said, you know what, that's it. That was the sign that I said, I need to be here. So for a few months, I was like sleeping in my car, in the back of my car, and I finally got a little trailer. So here I am, and I was living up in Jellystone. So I don't know, just one day, it's just like they decided, I was talking to Danny, who does the Cobb stocks, and they decided not to do it this year.
Prather?
And so something just, I said, I looked around and I said, this is a beautiful field. I've got, the time I've been up here, I've met so many wonderful artists, so many beautiful, wonderful people like Tina. And it says, this would be like a really great place to do a party. So I kind of like threw the idea out to a bunch of people, and somehow it just connected. All these people just came together, like Tina, Laura from Time Bank. And we just all got together. It just happened. And all of a sudden, this party just came together. And, Tina's been like my right-hand person. If it wasn't for her, I would still be kind of lost. But
thank you.
But anyway, it's like I doing this party basically because it's just showing my love for Lake County, because Lake County was here at a time when I really needed some love. I needed a place to go and just kind of get myself together. And I just met so many wonderful people here. And it's just kind of like my little way of saying, thank you, Lake County. I love you. And I just wanted, it's like I just want to see a place where people can come out and have a good time. And hopefully, this might, like I said, may spark some tourism up here. It may help create jobs. It may maybe like doing my little part, and kind of helping the economy here, So I'm just doing it basically because it's just my way of showing my love for everybody in Lake County.
That's terrific. That's I think a lot of us share that kind of compelling feeling, especially when you come down off St. Helena and you go down that rocky canyon along the creek, and the next thing you see is the little valley.
Cobb Mountains, first thing you see.
Yeah, exactly. And it was always pretty magical for me too. And I really applaud your efforts to try to put something together. Do the lowball economy thing that we can do here. Try to if you get the local people to throw down for the local people, that's pretty special. But it can certainly work. Tina, you want to tell us a little bit about how you got involved in this?
Well, Josiah came to us through the Time Bank, and I know a lot of musicians up here, mostly because I also have a presence on the Channel 8 TV.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah. In fact, I think my show may be on at 10 tonight. I'm also known as Spotlight On Productions, and I film local events as well as local artists. And so I know a lot of the musicians here, and I was listening to Josiah and what he had to say about what types of music he was looking for, and I actually showed him some of my videos, some of the bands I've filmed up at the Blue Wing Saloon, and he decided, on which bands he wanted to have, and it's been a work in progress, but at this point we're pretty much secure that we've got some really wonderful local talent, and I would love to tell you about who they are.
Well, please do. I know most all of them, some.
And a lot of the local people will, too. The Fargo brothers are our headliners, and I know them because I've been filming them for several years, and one of them actually is a local friend from mine back in the Bay Area, Russ, who's on bass. And we have also Johnny Tsunami and the Hurricanes, and they have a drummer, Steve Dubois, who's from Cobb.
And a friend of mine.
And Johnny is actually from Santa Rosa, and I met him because he came to my house when I bought a cabin up here a few years back, and he also was part of Harmony Hardwoods, and he installs flooring, and he was giving me a bid to put in some bamboo flooring into my home. And so when I saw that he was appearing up here at the Blue Wing, I said, wait a second, don't I know you? And I really love his style. If you haven't heard them, they'll be also the week before over at the Blue Wing on that Monday. They play a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan, kind of high-octane roots rock. And then I didn't know who we were going to have for our second act. We had thrown around some different ideas, and they didn't work out for us. But Mojo Larry Platts came through the rescue and suggested Beats Workin'. And I didn't know Beats Workin', but I love their name, and they're also local, and they're from Lucerne. And they play classic rock. And I did a little investigation online, and I found out some tunes that we really all can relate to back from the 70s, and so I'm excited to have them on board. And once again, we were looking for an introduction act, and we had some different ideas. Josiah really wanted to bring in some youth, but we weren't able to connect with anybody who was willing to step up to the plate. And so we found Hillary and Milton. And Hillary has a beautiful singing voice, and she plays guitar, acoustic, and Milton plays electric violin. And they also used to be known as Hillary, Milton, and Mo, but Mo is no longer with us.
Right.
And so she categorizes it as soft rock, but she'll do some Joni Mitchell and some other types of music that you will recognize. I think she even does a little Janis. So I'm really excited that they'll be starting off the event. Gates open at 2, so I want you to take note of that. And then the bands play from 3 to 8. Or maybe 8:30, depends on how excited everybody is and how long they want to play. And then we're going to have a drum circle, and this is Josiah's idea. Josiah, you want to talk about that, Josiah?
Well, it's just kind of, I could call it the people's party, call it a people's band. It's like everybody can bring out their little instruments and just harmonize together and at least have a good hour, during the dark. And I think it's a beautiful way to kind of end a party, to have a nice big drum circle. What do you think?
Well, I can certainly bring mine.
Yes.
And as long as we're out of there by 10, because that's the ordinance.
Yeah, we have to be out by 10, of course. But.
Right. Or not playing music, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've had a lot of support from Jellystone Park, from Joni and Dan Prather. And they've been giving us a lot of advice. And thank you to Joni and Dan if they're listening.
Yes, thank you.
They've always been a great part of the music scene around here with the Prather brothers and just supporting the community.
Yeah, I've really felt honored that they kind of allowed me to step in, because normally they don't rent that place out to, to specific people. So when they were kind of like very okay about it, like wow, that's cool, But I mean, it's a beautiful spot, and it's just like wow. That's all I can say. It's just like wow. I'm just amazed how well this party just came together. It just amazes me.
It's a classic happy place. There's one morning I saw this little documentary on that location. Through the 50s, it was the most amazing kids summer camp that you can ever imagine. I think actually the people next door borrowed the name, Indian Meadows, and it was this. They had ponies, and there was all this. It was like just the most deluxe place. And of course, once the 70s came along and insurance rates went through the roof, it went away. But it was reborn as Jelly Stone or Yogi Bear, and it's come through all these hands, and now it's in the hands of the people that originally had the property, and so they take really good care of it.
Yeah, it's a great place to roam around, So like I said, kids get a land. So, we're going to have kids' activities, and Tina can explain that later. But it's a beautiful place to party and a good place to hang out, and there's lots of room. That's the one plus I like about that place,
Oh yeah, it spreads out nice, and there's the creek along the side there, and it's not very far. It's just over the hill on Bottle Rock. If you're coming this way, it's not like all the way to Loch Lomond or anything. It's pretty close, and good roads. Now these bands, they're some of my favorite bands. The Fargo Brothers have always been a favorite of mine. For the first Sunday, I went over to the Boathouse after work and caught them, and was just mesmerized by their showmanship. I gotta say, they got showmanship, and the 3-part harmonies. Any band that's got 3-part harmonies just kills where I come from, and they certainly do. And we got some of their music we'll play after the interview.
Yeah, I met them they were playing at the pub up there in Cobb Mountain, and they came out and played, and I got to meet them personally. It's just absolutely. Johnny Tasami was there also. And they were just like the most incredible people, and I was sitting there listening to their music, and it's like I cannot wait to hear this stuff on a full sound system. It's like their talent is just awesome, just wow.
Yeah, and like I said, they've been playing together for like 40 years. They were originally the Fargos, and they said after 25 years or so, after 1,000 shows, they decided to go as the Fargo Brothers.
Yeah,
and then they got Larry on board, and that just kind of took it all to another level. And really, Russ Whitehead, Mike, they're all incredible singers and musicians. But I got to say, Russ is something special. The bass player, Russ Whitehead.
I love Russ.
His
Russ
vocals,
is a really nice guy.
His vocals, his showmanship, his ability to be used as a percussion instrument by Juice occasionally. It's shameless but wonderful. And what great songs. They write a lot of their own stuff, as well as when you see them live, if you're in a place where you can call out songs, they'll play anything. I mean, you can call it just about anything.
Oh, my God, yeah. I sat there and watched them, just watched them and was just so amazed. And not only that, but just talking to them, they were just incredibly nice people. And they were so on board with this party and everything, it's like, again, everything came together. The right people showed up, the right bands, and I knew because the ones who were supposed to be here came. And
it's a killer lineup. If you had any two of these people groups, it'd be a great lineup. My friend Steve Thomason beats working, and he's in several other really good bands around the lake, and he really has a good time with them.
And like I said, hopefully, hopefully I'll make enough money, good seed money, where I can continue, to get some very good bands up there and kind of keep that going. It's a good tradition, And like I said, I'm not trying to make money off of this per se, but it's just want to be able to have a good chance to start getting some good future events. So like I said, we have so much amazing talent up in Lake County, and it's just giving everybody the opportunity to come out and play. And especially, hopefully promoting in the Bay Area, that we, that's the whole point about tourism, is to be able to later on promote in the Bay Area and let people in the Bay Area know we got some amazing talent up here and we're worth the drive up.
Yeah, Bernie's got a pretty good reach. He's got billboards all the way down to Sonoma County and whatnot. It's just a matter of reaching out, getting the reach. And like you said, finding venues that are, so really good venues that represent the county well, and at a price that we can afford to put things on with. And if you can go with the local talent and reasonable local venues, that you can really do something. Like I said, the lowball economy works in Lake County. And
it does. I'm learning that very well.
And as long as you don't plan on making any real money, you'll have no real problems.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I understand everybody, is kind of struggling, and it's hard, and a lot of people sometimes cannot afford big prices, so we really worked hard, to keep the price down so everybody can come out and enjoy it,
It's very reasonable. We can't talk about what the price is.
Yeah, I know that.
And this is kind of basically almost a non-profit situation there. There's not going to be, the profits would be, I'm sure, put back into the cause, which is good for everybody. But we're happy to talk about it on the radio because any music stuff that's going around, I feel compelled to talk about as long as it's not my own, and that's another story. So like I said, Hillary and Milton. I remember going to open mics in front of in front of Jim Williams' place here at when the coffee company had open mics, and they would play there regularly, and very talented. A ton of fun, and it's good to see them out again because they hadn't been out for a while. And I've never actually got to see Johnny Tsunami. I've seen Steve; he's been telling me about it forever, so I look forward to checking that out. And evidently,
incredibly nice man. Yeah, I met his wife too. They're just the most beautiful couple, and she was just hugging on me and just just such a friendly people, and that's like wow.
Well, that's the thing. These people are working stiffs like the rest of us. I mean, even the ones that just do music, they work all the time to make it work for them, as it were, and we're pretty lucky that we can get to enjoy their talents.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to tell me again where and when it is? And
I can do that.
Please do.
Okay, so it's at Jellystone Park, which is at 14117 Bottle Rock Road in Cobb. And if there is camping available, so can I give a phone number to make reservations?
Oh, yeah, you can do all of that.
Cool. So that's 707-928-4322. And you can get tickets in advance either at Jellystone Park Store or at the Spot Juice Bar in Middletown or at Sphinx Urban Clothing in Clear Lake or at Watershed Books in Lakeport. Children 12 and under are free. We can't tell you how much it costs, but we're going to tell you there's lots of kids' activities, there's crafts, there's food, and I can actually tell you who some of the vendors are going to be if you want to hear.
You can tell them that. Also, there's isn't there like a swimming pool and like a miniature golf course and such as that for kids and such?
There is. It's part of Jellystone for regular campers, not inside the field.
No,
but on the outskirts, yes.
It's there. And so the vendors.
The vendors, well, we have the Soap Shack Baby, who is right downstairs here.
Yes.
One of my favorites. We have Stacy Marie. We have Flashica, which is bringing their glow sticks and their flashing dog collars, which is really cool stuff. We have Gorgeous Gems and Jewelry, which is scarves and jewelry. We have Damsel in Distress, which is an emergency use for people who may be scared walking around at night.
There you go.
We have Handmade Nature cards. We have tie-dye jewelry. We have Regina's ribbons. They make Hawaiian shell jewelry, hair bows for kids, and little flip-flops that are absolutely adorable. We have jewelry from myself, Tina Jewels. We also have from 2D's Gems and Butterfly Jewelry and more coming. And one of those people is actually coming up from Calistoga, and she's going to be teaching students how to make, or kids, I should say, how to make little bracelets. We also have candle play, and they're going to show kids if they'd like to learn how to make candles.
This is the kids' kind of candle play.
Yeah. And we're waiting to hear back on whether we're going to have some massage and a photo booth. We're looking for more vendors, and we're working on the food still, but we do know we're going to have shaved ice from Big Chill Frozen Yogurt in Hidden Valley Lake.
That should be a big hit up there in June.
It will be. And Ronnie Pattentrager and Avery, her husband, and they've been really wonderful to us. They put on the autism benefit over there at Twin Pine about a month or two back. And then we also we're looking forward to having Barbara's doing her catering. She does the brick oven up at Cobb as well as the pub.
Right.
And
pizza.
We're waiting to hear. Well, actually, she's going to be bringing hot dogs and hamburgers.
But that's the brick oven's a pizza place.
It is a pizza place, yeah. And we're going to have a bake sale table from the Time Bank. We've been reaching out to Time Bank members, so some of our time bankers will be offering goods for Time Bank credits. You can also get in using your Time Bank credits.
That's important.
It is. It really is.
Now,
because
I'm curious. Are the bands taking Time Bank credits?
No.
Okay, I'm just curious because I might need to know that in the future.
We're working on that for the future. We would love it if they would, but not at this point in time.
Maybe as their capacity is perhaps an electrician or a contractor, which may be something they're also doing, or flooring.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah, and we have a lot of volunteer staff who are coming to us from the Time Bank. And we're also, I should mention, we have Audio XL is providing us sound and lights.
Awesome.
He's right down the street, too, Tariq Josser.
Right.
So if you haven't heard about the Time Bank, The Time Bank is a network of people helping people who get necessary services by exchanging time instead of cash. And that way people who don't have a lot of cash are able to get a lot of their needs met. And I'm one of those people. I'm a time banker.
Well, Steve Elias, our late, great programmer and one of our founding people, he was a great start of the Time Bank and a great proponent over the years. So the radio station has always been a part of the Time Bank. At least there's always at least one show that's deeply involved. I think Alan has his show currently, and he mentions it, and there's aspects of it.
Yeah, in fact, Alan Markowski, he's going to be there filming for us.
Cool.
One of our Time Bank members who's new to the area, who came from Marin, who just recently filmed over at the Soper Reese, Michael Braden, is going to be filming the event, and it will be airing on our TV station, Channel 8. If you get MediaCom, you need to tune in every once in a while in the evenings.
Yeah, it's high-quality stuff, and so is yours, by the way.
Well, thank you. And I'm on Tuesdays at 7, Thursdays at 10, and Saturdays at 11 in the evening.
Yeah, you won't get to see Tina unless you happen to attend the event and are standing behind her, or sometimes if you can get in front of her. Generally speaking, you don't want to do that. But
thank you.
But I was so glad to get a chance to meet you and see who was putting this stuff on, because it's really great, the Spotlight Productions.
No, thank you. I tend to go to the Blue Wing pretty frequently when I have friends that come up from the Bay Area. And I've only just started filming at the Soper Reese on occasion. Once again, when I have friends that I know that are playing.
What a coincidence. I happen to almost always go when you have friends coming up from the Bay Area.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Like Nancy Wright, for one, and so many others.
And I think my video of her is either going to be airing tonight or on Saturday at 11. So that was a spectacular evening.
Oh, yeah. I just got the... an attachment file by Facebook from, I guess, of it, and it's really spectacular.
Oh, thank you.
The Sober Reese, what another great venue for us here in Lake County that's fairly reasonable, and we can put people into, and we've got something pretty spectacular going on tomorrow night there.
Yeah, some of my friends also. Lady Bianca's coming up, and Wendy DeWitt for the Queens of Boogie Woogie. And I have seen them many times and filmed them, and I've known them for years, and they're really excellent blues musicians. And they're a lot of fun to dance to, too.
Yes, I do believe I may well be going.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, but I didn't have the details. I was glad you threw down for me there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know the other two people, and I don't have it in my memory banks of who they are.
That's who I remembered, too. But they've done this... kind of annually, haven't they, or periodically come through and done the Ladies of Boogie Woogie?
Yeah, I think Wendy did it last year.
Yeah, it's always a big hit.
And I think they may rotate who they bring with them.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Great. Well, Josiah, thank you so much for calling in. If there's something more you would like to add. I had a quick question. So how long, I'm just curious. So you got here how long ago? Because I get the feeling you went to the party I went to in Middletown, and really, that wasn't that long ago.
Well, it was about a year ago.
So you went to the one before the one I went to.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
well, that's cool.
That blew me away. It's like, wow. People actually live up here.
Yeah, Mark throws hard. And I want to thank everybody that came out to the brewery last night. They had the Blues Farm had a little benefit for Mark Bubblemeister. He just had some heart surgery, and I want to thank everybody that came out to that. That was awesome. And I want to thank Blues Farm for throwing down for free and working for peanuts, literally, and the county for supporting this kind of fun. Bubblemeister's parties are legendary, and good luck if you ever get invited to one. Be sure to get really good directions.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah. Oh, and
when I got to sit and chat with you, it's like, wow, I met somebody I can really have some really good fun with here.
Oh, we had a great chat. We'll talk more about this.
We're going to have some fun. We're going to do some good stuff.
We're going to do some fun. We're going to have some fun music stuff in Lake County together, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I guess you got some hack to do the emceeing for this thing.
That's what we wanted to say. Thank you, Pop, because
I'm the hack.
Yeah, you're not.
No, I am, and I'm willing to own that. But I can do this. I can talk about my friends.
Yeah, so we're really thrilled that KPFZ is going to have a presence there.
They are. Actually, they're going to have a booth. I got a chance to talk to a couple board members and the meetings next week, but it's a shoo-in. Yeah, they'll have some volunteers.
Yay. And so I would personally like to invite all the KPFZ staff, as well as the fans of KPFZ and all of Lake County. And you can find out more information on Facebook if you go to our page, Friends and Family Productions. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. You guys, it's been fun, and we look forward to seeing you up there. And we're going to be playing a lot of these people's music as I can get it. I've got Fargo Brothers. I'm going to get some Johnny Tsunami, and I'll pull on Steve Thoma's ear about getting me a CD from Beats Working. And so thank you, and we will hope to see everybody up there. So,
yes, thank everybody for coming. That'd be awesome. It's for the Lake County. I love you, Lake County.
it's a ton of fun, and we really appreciate what you're doing.
Yes. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. That's the big thing. And thank you, Tina. I love you, Tina. You're awesome.
Yeah, it's been great working with you, Josiah.
Yeah, we're going to this is just the beginning.
And you're giving us the opportunity.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, folks. That was Josiah Phillips and Tina Lewis. And if you have any questions, Tina's still here. You can call the station, and she could probably answer any questions you might have about the show over in the next few minutes while I cue up some music and play the.
I can give you my email address.
Go right ahead. You're on the air.
spotlighton999@gmail.com.
Okay, well, that'll do. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, and thanks for letting me MC the thing.
Thank you. We're excited about having you there.
I'm excited about being there. Everybody knows I'm just pure pork products, so that'll work out just fine. All right.
Perfect fit.
It may work. Well, we do have a call online too, so I'm going to go ahead and get off the phone, get off this phone, and pick up that one and play some music for you. And I got a bunch of stuff to play here for you. So thanks.